motion.
Motion second by Maureen, great. And moving on to the non-public minutes, motion to accept those. Okay, great. We've done them
Thank you,
together.
Janice.
Privilege of the floor, we don't have anyone here. Superintendent report.
All my activities within the committee reports.
Okay, great, thank you. Bruce, principal report?
Same, Madam Chair, I'll just inform you that obviously tonight is the MOP schedule, so we hope we anticipate a big crowd. That'll start at 6 o'clock, they'll follow their kids' schedule around. I'll do some brief remarks around 5:45. I'm having a small presentation that Tennille did for you people last night. I'm going to have that done. Tennille's going to do that for the parents who show up tonight. I will share the survey I'm giving out to the parents. Hopefully that they'll fill out and take back. And I will be letting Patricia Rella from the SEC. She's going to see if there's any parent input to help us with the NEAC accreditation, which is coming up. So I'm going to let her address the crowd too. Other than that, we're in full mode, Madam Chair, for homecoming, getting ready for the pep rally and all the other festivities that go with it. So the kids have been real good too, real supportive. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Okay, committee progress reports, facilities?
Yeah, non-public.
You know,
Yeah, do it non-public.
yes, you want me to do facilities?
Yes, please.
Okay, we met at 5 o'clock. Three members of the committee were there. The minutes of August 21st were approved. We had a building update regarding damages that occurred to the high school. The facility director and the administration is putting together a list so we can submit it to our insurance carrier. The police have been notified and are proceeding with their investigation. CTE project, Mr. Hallam reported the architects, Mr. Francis, Mr. Parsons, and Mr. Cleary are currently meeting with CTE teachers and their advisory groups to review the layout of each area. The superintendent brought in a proposed extension of the driver education contract. It, I think, is in your materials, and proposes that it be extended for 3 years. The cost is $680 for each student, and that's the same as we currently have. The snowplow bids went out for bids, and Mr. Piper, on behalf of Piper Construction, submitted a bid at a 3-year contract for $17,850 each year. This is about $700 more per year than prior contract. Motion was made by Mr. McCormick, etc., to recommend the snowplow bid to the full board. The vote was unanimous. So that is here, moved by the facilities committee. Authorize the chairperson to sign that contract.
Okay, so we're,
Just need any discussion that anyone wants to make on the vote?
have any questions or? Okay.
All those in favor? Okay.
Opposed, abstaining? You're abstaining.
There was no other business in,
Vote on the, I'm sorry, vote on the driver ed contract.
No.
Okay, so a motion to approve the driver's ed contract?
Yep.
All those in favor? Abstaining?
Thank you.
That was it for public matters. It's a non-public matter that we'll take up in non-public session tonight.
Okay, thanks, Ross.
Yep. The next one, policy and budget minutes. We approved the minutes of the August 21st meeting. We had a report from Ben Parsons, an extensive student report. He then conducted a tour of the building for those who wanted, particularly with reference to PPE. Motion made by Mr. Brickway, second by Mr. Pettingill to adjourn the meeting. And it was adjourned.
Okay. Ms. Ross?
I'm sorry, there was a matter taken up in non-public session there. No action was taken.
Okay.
And I have the program.
Program staffing, Maureen?
Yeah, we approved the minutes of August 21st. And Tennille Torino, our new school psychologist, came in and she spoke to the committee about signs of suicide program that will be implemented throughout the school year at the high school. At the November 14th Parent Conference Open House, Mrs. Torino will present the gatekeeper training to parents and community members about the SOS program. That's the signs of suicide. She will then be presenting to English classes, science, U.S. history, and 9th grade seminars so that she can reach every student at the high school throughout the year. The students will have a survey at the conclusion of the program. Class size numbers, Mr. Parsons reported that there are currently 8 classes with numbers less than 10. 6 of these courses are for level 2 students. 2 of them are 9-2 English, 2 are history electives, and then there's an 11-2 English and an AP Spanish. Mr. Parsons said that the average class size for honors and AP classes is 20 to 25 students. Gave us a senior seminar update. Mr. Parsons explained that there's been healthy discussion around the senior seminar proposal, including discussions with the SCC. And there are 4 topics that they will address with the seniors this year: financing, wellness, college prep, and a career piece. And these would likely be 1 workshop each quarter for the seniors. And then an NEASC update. Mr. Parsons reported that we'll be hosting the NEASC, and George Edwards will be coming along with 3 other schools to learn the new NEASC accreditation process. Mr. Parsons will be bringing our 7 leaders to this all-day work session on Tuesday, September 26th. The SCC chairperson, Patricia Rella, will also be addressing the parents at tonight's mock schedule open house. And we did not have a non-public session for this, and next meeting, October 16th. Student representative report, do we need to, you had that Ben gave a tour. Do I need to go over Ben's report?
I don't think so.
Okay, all right, that's a lengthy report here, if anyone wants to take a look at that. And then we adjourned at 6:20.
Thank you, Maureen.
Sure.
So our next meeting looks to be October 16th, and possibly not an early meeting in October, but we'll let you know about that. So it might just be our committee meetings and then the meeting to follow that. So 2 meetings in October, possibly, but we'll let you know.
Would you say that again, please?
So possibly not a meeting in October.
The first
beginning of
Tuesday in October,
We'll let you
unless
know.
there are significant agenda
Oh, okay.
items to bring you together. It's that time of year where it's just pretty fun.
SCC?
Yes, I do have a report. We did meet last Monday, a week ago yesterday, September 11th, and we reviewed the document that establishes or gives us the parameters of the function of the SCC. Within that, it mentioned that we have 3 school board members and 2 alternates on the committee. We've been working with 2 school board members and 1 alternate, so I'm not sure if we just chose not to do that, but I'd like to have some further looking into that to find out if we're in compliance with what we're supposed to be doing. We also went over our meeting dates for this year, and we agreed that because of the topics that we cover, and especially this year's topic of senior seminar, we'd like to continue with the first Monday of every month. So our next meeting would be Monday, October 2nd. During this particular meeting, we did go over senior seminar, and it was, again, as I've said in many of these reports, quite an in-depth discussion. We didn't have many students there, but nonetheless, the discussion was very, I wouldn't say intense, but I don't mean that in a negative way. It was very positive. We explored how the topics, what topics do we want to have? We're still at a stalemate. We kind of have areas, but we don't know exactly what. We don't know how the content would be put out. Should it be in smaller formats, or should it be in an auditorium type thing? Do we want to have smaller format where students can think and act and ask? And so there's much to be discussed this year on the senior seminar, but it is very much a subject that everybody is well on board with, and we will proceed as long as we need to get all of the details of getting that on board. That's about the end of my report. Do you have anything further to add? I don't think so. Okay. Thank you.
I think, Barb, we did have that at one point, but now it's been changed to
Have-
2 school board members, and I don't know of an alternate, but I'll talk to you
Yeah,
about that.
because it's right on there, and I questioned it.
That was when I was on it, I remember that, those numbers, so.
So let's look into that and see where we're supposed to be, because
Okay.
I brought that up too. I said, how come we're supposed to have 3 and 2 alternates?
Okay, I'll talk to Kathy, thanks.
Thank you.
Discussion items, any other business to discuss?
I don't,
Okay. School board member concerns? Privilege of the floor, so a motion to go into non-public.
So moved.
Second